Okay, YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. 10 times out of 10, I'm pretty positive nobody that is watching this video right now expected to get a video from me today, and that's fine. It's been about 5 months since I produced some content on the channel and about 4 months since I made any type of a post. But I figured today was the day. It is 3:49 a.m. Wednesday, April the 9th. So you should be seeing this April 9th at some point this morning. I should be getting this posted up for you guys. And I want to start this video off with giving you some video expectations, okay? In this video, we're going to talk about 3 TVs that I'm personally interested into making an investment in for this year, 2025, right? I can't say for sure if there will be more or less, but definitely I can say it'll at least be these 3 models. In addition to this, because I know there's going to be so many where have you been questions within this, we're going to have timestamps for each of these TVs and just talking points around the why for me. And also I'll kind of break down a little bit as to like what's been going on, just because I know people have been asking me, been leaving comments. I've seen comments. Thank you. We'll get right into that right after this intro. All right, guys. So once again, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for your participation in this video. We're going to start this thing off scratch as if it's brand new. This is actually the first video of the new year, so happy new year. I can say that officially, even though we are 4 months into the new year. I've been going through a lot, positive things, and so I'm happy to say that, happy to announce that. And as I said, if you check the timestamps in this video, I'm going to make sure I take the time to create some video timestamps so that I can give you some engagement around like the what's been going on for those that are interested. This is all about TKK for those of you that are new, and I do like to participate in making content around technology reviews and just kind of lifestyle vlogs, that type of stuff. So I kind of bundle it all in. And so in this video, I wanted to really make the talking piece to this video around 3 televisions. That's kind of my thing on YouTube, big TV guy. And then we'll make some content in the future going forward around like the current TVs I have, what's going to be happening with them, and etc. I digress. The first TV that I am interested in purchasing for 2025 is going to be the 42-inch LG C5 OLED. So historically, 42, 48-inch OLEDs from LG have not been like the best of the best. They're often always missing like brightness boost and things of that sort. I'm just in a position right now where, you know, this TV is going to really check all the boxes for what I need, okay? I have relocated. I 4 months ago lived in Florida, owned a house in Florida, and now I have an investment property here in Michigan. And so my bedroom is literally, this is not an exaggeration, it is literally 5 times smaller than what my suite was in Florida. And so because I have a smaller room, you know, I don't have a lot of space for television, okay? Now, I've sat with a 65-inch Sony A95K in my bedroom, this current bedroom, for the last 4 months. Still bubble wrap from when I secured it before I relocated from Florida to Michigan. And so the TV was just so large. I was just like, man, you know, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just going to wait for this time to be now, and I'm going to make the investment in a TV that's just going to be the proper size for me. Now, this is going to be a bedroom TV, so we will be reviewing it. We'll be talking about video game content. We'll be doing all of that, and because it's such a small panel, I'm excited to just talk to you guys, to review it on the RTX 5090, a 4090, 3070, the various different ways that I can test it just to kind of see what I like from it. And then last year I bought into a 40-ish inch C4, ended up giving that TV away. But I'm really excited to get this TV. What I like to have is something where, you know, before I go to bed, if I just want to watch Plex, watch some content, I can do that. And once I get this TV, I will show you guys kind of what my living arrangement is like in my bedroom. I do sleep with a king size bed, and because the room is like a room and it's not really a suite, it's very small in terms of what I'm familiar with. Now, this isn't my forever home. This is the stopping ground right now that I've chose to sit down in for a minute, doing some refinishing in the house, and then eventually we'll move on from it. But right now I want to get me a bedroom TV. I don't necessarily need to have one, but it's something that I do miss having. I believe that the C5 is going to get me together from a space of being able to generate some content talking about the different things that, the TV does have versus the prior model, the C4, and me, just being able to really enjoy it. And then from the space that I have, like how far I'll be laying from the bed, etc. Again, I'll cover that once we get around to the TV. I think I'll be able to produce some great content for you guys to just kind of let you know if I think that it's a great option. And then I do still think that the 42, 48 inch is a really good bedroom size for a lot of people. You're dealing with a lot of I'm gonna say elderly people. They may not want like these gargantuan sized TVs, and so I'm thankful that they do still produce these. Now the wall that I'm literally trying to put this on, the 42 inch is going to be perfect. So when you do see it, like it'll all make sense in terms of like the aesthetics of how I got my room laid out. But that's going to be definitely the first TV that I'm interested in picking up for the new year. TV number two, and these are both TVs that I'm waiting to be available. Like I'm legit, like I'm ready to buy these TVs. So TV number two is going to be the LG G5. 55 inch. Okay. If you're not familiar with my content, I do currently own an 83 inch LG G4. It's a fantastic TV. It's the first in the last MLA white OLED that LG produced, and it's a great TV. It's fantastic. I did pick it up with a warranty, so I've got some great coverage down the road. I don't see a reason for me to have to navigate away from it because I made such a large investment financially in that TV, and it's not even a year old since I've owned it. I'm really enjoying it. Now, I watch the G4 like nightly, but let me tell you, getting to see the G5 next to G4, man, look, it's incredible. Now, my reasoning behind buying the G5 in 55 inch is going to be for an RTX 5090. We're going to be setting this up for Lady Hera. I think you're going to really like the way that I have this set up. I'm intending to do my first installation with this TV using the proprietary wall mount that you can get with this TV. So I'm interested in seeing what this on wall design looks like in my actual home instead of just seeing it in display on a store. And then pairing it up with an RTX 5090. The TV just got a new panel upgrade, 144 hertz, which is something that's carrying over from the 2024 offerings that LG had from both the C and the G model lineup. And I'm just really excited to see everything that it has. Now, years ago on the channel, we purchased the G3. That was one of the TVs we kind of did an exchange on, but we did the S90C, we did the S95B, etc. I went through a time frame where I had like 55 inch as my dedicated gaming PC screens, and so I'm excited to get back into the array of that. Now, how much I'm going to love the G5 once I do get this TV, again, I'm waiting for it to become available in my area in 55 inch specifically. They've got 65 inch, they've got 77 inch, they've got 83 inch available. None of those cater to what I need right now. I have like literally no space to fit a 65 inch. And then this is going to be literally like a desk setup. So it's going to be similar to how I did things years ago when I did like the C2. I'll card that video in. I had it on an IKEA desk. I'm actually still using that same desk, but unlike that time, I'm not going to have it clamped onto the desk. I'm actually going to have it on the wall. So I'm very excited to bring you guys content to that. We're going to be just reviewing like video content, gaming. The RTX 5090 is going to be the biggest push on that. So that's going to be the second TV that I'm definitely interested in picking up. And as soon as I get it, you guys are going to see that. All right. So the last TV that I'm personally looking into buying this year is without doubt going to be the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II version 2. However they are categorizing this, there's a love and hate kind of feeling that I have about this TV. I'm excited to see that they are producing a true successor to like the A95L, if you will. But size is king, man. Size is really king. And because of their decision to not even produce this in a 77 inch is exactly why I'm making the executive decision to not remove my 83 inch G4. My G4 just is perfect. It looks good. We're going to make more content about that TV because I feel like, once I get the G5, comparing it to that TV and just, telling you guys why it's still a great TV, especially for the size, it's just really, really good, right? But this Bravia 8 version 2 Mark II, look, Quantum OLED. I don't know if it's supposed to be a splash of MLA or whatnot, but I'm really excited. Now, I do still, as I said earlier in this video, own an A95K. I still have my A95L. I'm really excited to see like the comparisons between what they've got now for 2025 to like the older set that I bought in 22, the set that I bought in 23 that ran over to 24, which was the A95L. So I'm really, really excited to see that. Now, there's some disappointing things about this TV that don't really set well with me. And it's not necessarily that Sony made any promises. It's just, it's one of those things that like you get to a place as a consumer where you just expect more, right? Still two HDMI 2.1s, things like that. It makes you question like who's making the decisions. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe they're just solely focused on like their own brand, the PlayStation. Sony now supports PC, right? Like they got a nice array of AAA titles that's on PC. And so for me, that alone, right? That decision alone right now, because they're making so much money off the software end of it. Like this has been made public record that they went on wax and said, I would expect for them to, start to produce some type of chipset or something to focus on more than one HDMI pass through, right? I don't know, but I'm really excited about the TV. It's gonna be as innovative, in my opinion, as the G5. Anytime there's something new, just that's even if it's being reworked, a revision of it, I'm really excited for that TV. So it's probably my most anticipated TV to get. I'm gonna be looking to get the TV in 65 inch. This will be the TV, if anything, that will make me change up on the 42-inch C5 that I'm talking about having, because I do have a way that I can rework my room. And I'm making this content, I'm talking about it kind of in the layers that I am, because I'll show you my bedroom at a later time. And so I've got a way that I think I can work this TV out. And in Florida, for the longest of time, I had the A95K in my bedroom. So 65 inch was a very, very well sweet space. So I'm just interested in seeing what they have for this TV, right? This Bravia 8. At first, when I heard about it, I'm like, is this an April Fool's thing? And then knowing that the Bravia 8 of now is like a white OLED, I'm like, well, what's this exactly? But hearing all the details has me definitely interested in seeing what's to come. All right, guys. So we got some talking points out there, because I know I've been asked by a lot of people just in random comments, like, what TVs are you planning on getting? Are you planning on getting this? Are you planning on getting that? I'm just going to kind of tell you like what's to come for the channel. Okay. I do still own a lot of technology, a lot of TVs. And I don't know if you'd believe me if I told you, but this room that I'm in is kind of like a small bonus room that I decided to kind of put some random things in and to make some content. I have not been on this computer that I'm on in the last 4 months, realistically. Like, I've set it up, I've turned it on, we changed out the graphics card in this thing, but I have not been playing games on this or nothing. I've been playing console games on my 83-inch G4, and that's going to also help me to make some more content to, going forward for the channel. But I've got some work to do to get myself in the groove of this, like cleaning this area up. This is going to be a nice little space for me to create some content. So I'll bring you on that journey just to kind of show you what this is. Right now, I just got some random shoes in here and, things like that. But I've got some older TVs. I still got a 77-inch G2. I'm actually going to be giving that away to my tax preparer. I've got the 77-inch A95L still. I got the 77-inch S95C. We still got the 55-inch S95D. Our S90C in 55-inch actually broke. And so I did have two 55-inch S95Bs. One of those I gave away, and then the other one I put into my daughter's room where the S90C got broken. We still do have the 55-inch C2, as well as the 65-inch A95 L, or A95K, excuse me, A95K, right? So playing some musical chairs with the older TVs, and then looking to invest into these newer 3 TVs. I'm going to be pushing these older TVs out to loved ones. So where have I been? What's been going on? I live in Michigan now, as I mentioned earlier. I'm originally from Michigan, originally from Detroit. I'm in the Detroit area, born and raised here. And so no longer live in Florida. completely done with all the housing stuff there. And this was a move that I made. I made the decision to make this move last year. Around this time, my mom got sick. I kind of shared that with you guys, and she's in a much better place and everything now. And so, it's been great just being here, being able to spend more time with her, take her to get her nails done every 2 weeks, just being able to pull up over to her house. It's crazy because I got cars like everywhere around her. I got cars at her house, and it's like it's wild, man. But it's been really nice being home, right? My daughter, she turned 16 last month, March 17th, and so it was nice to be able to be home without me having to like take a flight to take part into like her 16th sweet 16th birthday. You know what I mean? So it's been great, man. And it's unfortunate I have two sons that now live in Florida. They're in college, but they're adult boys, and so it's just like it's nice to be home where I can put my hands on things that I need to have my hands on the most, right? And so the next biggest step for me within the next year or so is going to be like I said, I'm kind of like in an investment property right now. Flip this thing out and then really looking for like whatever my forever home is going to be. So definitely upgrades always coming. But more content coming for you guys. All the stuff that I like to get into, the fashion. I bought a new arcade cabinet since I've been here, just trying to catch y'all up on everything. And life has been good, man. But one thing I do want to kind of chime in and tell you guys, like, if you don't get anything else from my content, the one thing I want to make sure that I'm being responsible and campaigning is that you have to make sure that if you don't have things the way you want them to be, you got to learn how to be quiet and you got to learn how to put the work in, right? And I believe that like just as a man, as a leader, as a natural organic leader, I have to be able to cascade that message, because if I don't, then showing you all of this cool shit that you might see on my channel is in vain, right? And life has been good for me. I've been able to afford graphics cards and screens and everything else, man. The new 5K 2K LG monitor, I got it coming, like the 45-inch joint. My two sons still got the 45 inches that I bought them. We reviewed on the channel. We haven't lost shit but some space. I've given away a lot of things in Florida. I gave away my whole bed set, my king bed and everything. I gave away all my furniture that I used to have in my living room. I gave away my washing machine, my dryer, my second refrigerator, my main refrigerator. I gave away TVs, workout equipment. I gave away and blessed a lot of people in Florida as I was leaving. And so, I when I came here, I knew that I was reducing so much space, like reducing to a much smaller space. And so I sat down and I said, I got to figure some things out. I want my lifestyle and I want my life to be a certain way. And I started my journey here with just focusing on what was most important, and that was my kids. So that's basically why you guys haven't seen me. It's not that I've been sick. It's not that I've been doing bad or nothing. It's just, I just said, you know what? I'm going to turn the faucet off and I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on. And so that's what it's been. Now, I'm not going to pretend that YouTube isn't a great business practice. I've always, well, not always, but for the last few years, I've been a man that has maintained multiple streams of income. And even though YouTube has never paid me to afford a fraction of my lifestyle, it has been a source of income. And so what I will say is that if you do invest the time into building up a platform, it is wise that you retain that platform. But all money isn't good money. And that's not to say that YouTube wasn't good money. It's just saying that other things were more important to me. And I hope that's making sense to you guys, right? So yeah, we're going to have more content coming. And I hope everybody has been doing great. You can expect to see regular videos from me. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing, writing, scripting things down, and just shooting things off the top of the dome. I'm expecting within the next week to start getting at least the 40-ish inch C5, and then immediately after the G5. I don't know when Sony's going to release their TV, but when it drops, I'll be on top of it. And I'm going to bring you guys more content in the form of how I bring content to you. I am very grateful to be able to make some content, and hopefully this will be entertaining to you. If you want to show some support, thumb up, leave a comment. Let's get some engagement going. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, Max love.